Donald Trump is going to win Florida. Right now,
Yeah.
even the New York Times is calling it like 94% for Florida.
Yes.
And I know everybody knows this who watches this show. Since 1964, the president has been the guy who won Florida, except for one time, only one time. You win Florida, you win. How did we screw this up from here, or how does this go bad from here? Donald Trump has Florida, Biden has the uphill battle. What are we worried about?
I mean, we're still looking, Jesse, too, at that Rust Belt. We're still, because remember, let's go back really quickly to 2016. And remember all the states that Trump took. He had Michigan, he had Wisconsin, he had Pennsylvania. These were states he pierced that blue wall that had protected Democrats' electoral chances for so long. And I told people this for 4 years. I said, look, the reason that Trump won the election and that he was able to carry those states, it's not because he has all these newly minted Republican voters. It's because he was able to convince Democrats that he has the best plan going forward for the economy, for jobs, for national security, for trade, for immigration. And they flocked to him. I remember looking at all of the data as it was coming out in 2016. And these were people, they listed the top 3 reasons why they wanted Trump was immigration, it was jobs, and it was trade. Immigration, I mean, it was up there in the top 3 every single time. He was able to talk to people and articulate clearly and in soundbite form, ultimately, what his plans were. He's able to do the elevator pitch, and sometimes that's all the time people have for you because everybody's busy. Their attention spans are short, and he did it successfully in every single state. He's very good at retail politics, and so the way it can go sideways is if. And this is going to be the measure of the big tent. This is where the true test comes in, Jesse, because Republicans now have that big tent that we have talked about for so long. We have that big tent that we've always said we wanted to get, but we've always had these cowardly politicians that were unable to find that compromise on common ground with, maybe more classical liberals or libertarians. Everyone focused together, came together on common ground, came together on a free economy, open businesses, individual liberty, Second Amendment. And so Trump has to keep it these 4 years. He can still lose it. Again, I'm a cynic, but this year's making me an optimist. He can still lose it depending on how Pennsylvania turns out. And we're looking at that blue wall and we're looking at the Rust Belt. But winning Florida is huge. And by the last projection that I saw it was over 53% Hispanic vote. The Republicans Trump captured over 53% of the Hispanic vote so far that's been tabulated in Florida, which is, do you remember Republicans ever getting that huge of a support from the Hispanic community? I don't even know if Democrats even were able to get that. This is building that big tent. So that to me indicates that Trump has been able to expand and maintain that big tent going forward. So I'm becoming more optimistic as the night goes on, but Pennsylvania is going to be a true test. And everybody needs to look at Pennsylvania and see where the president comes down on that. Now, he took Pennsylvania in last election. It was very narrow. And that's a state that ultimately, I think there's still maybe a couple, the chances get reduced if he's not able to carry Pennsylvania. But having Florida and having Pennsylvania, I think after then I might pour myself a tipple and call it a night almost.